Okay, algorithm. I'm just grabbing a quick impression and then I will tag it appropriately on the boing boing for Mr. Gutierrez to have a little look at, because I believe there's some administrative paperwork post-war that can be expedited so we don't need to fake news each other about what's actually going on in Lebanon. And the real reason there's no fuel, because everyone's already forgotten about the Beirut blast, and they've made it so political that they've forgotten to take note of the fact that that blast happened in their port. I've never been to Beirut, don't know the lay of the land, but I'm pretty sure that was on a port. And I remember very clearly coming across the video post-blast, like quite, not long after it happened, of the human standing on a balcony and high rise within the blast radius, well, not the blast radius, but the shockwave radius for sure, because part of his video was the whole point. I retweeted it and made sure it remained on the blockchain, because quite a lot of science can be done from studying that piece of video about the blast. But that now be it as it may, ground zero of the blast was the harbor. The port was a harbor. And the force of that blast, even if it was an old, that unused, that the oil tankers wouldn't normally come to, does not take into account what has just happened at sea level, and how that force could crack harbors on that side. I have no idea what the harbor looks like. I'm just like, I've been trying to get to the bottom of this, and everybody's throwing politics at my face. And now I see it so clearly. I'm like, because I just came across this post about an Iranian fuel oil cargo secured through Lebanon's armed group Hezbollah will be delivered via Syria by truck to avoid complications related to sanctions. Now, I have no idea what complications related to sanctions, but I mean, Hezbollah and Iran and Syria. So, but hello, peace. So this is post-war. Emirates is assisting one another out of a seriously shitty fucking situation where the delivery of oil directly to the city of Beirut was cut off because of that blast. I mean, I remember the statistic about the force of that blast was really quite, it was near nuclear. It was near nuclear force, that blast. People forget it's just a picture in something exploded. No. What happened in Beirut wasn't just something exploding like it has been in other places in the planet, like the UK. It's had a couple of weird explosions and fires happening. No. This one was very, very different. Very different. Near nuclear force. So, yeah. And so now neighbors helping each other out finally, because I just retweeted a picture of Lebanon at night, pitch dark, because no fuel to run anything. Which means lots of scared, lonely people who are starting to get hungry because they can't run anything. Everything's shut down. The water has shut down. And there are sanctions standing. Mr. Gutierrez, this is the point of this video. What sanctions are stopping neighboring countries from assisting with a humanitarian crisis by delivering oil? assistance to humanitarian crises doesn't always have to be in the form of tents and food rations and stuff. Sometimes it comes in the form of oil, so that we don't have any Lebanese refugees running from Lebanon when they don't have to be. Here's some fuel. Everything's going to be okay. Switch everything back on again. It's going to be hard for a little while, but Iran has our back, except sanctions. But that's a little bit of a cover story as well, because I don't believe they could park that thing anywhere near anything where they can offload it. So it's a bit of a communal effort here happening in the Middle East with this humanitarian aid, is what it should be labeled as, Mr. Gutierrez, because that's what it is. And so sanctions be damned. There are starving people in Lebanon. And to fix the starving people in Lebanon, Iran has gifted oil to Lebanon via Syria, because Beirut bomb blast, which, whatever, people not paying attention, people not doing their jobs, people taking oaths and not taking them seriously. A whole bunch of stuff's been happening, but that was wartime. Now we're post-wartime. So what can we do about assisting them so that this waft of sanctions goes away? Because post-war, called peace in the Middle East. And so the story moves on to Lebanon, oil incoming, the long way around, because no one's pointed out the fact that you guys can't receive. You can't, like, it's physically impossible because of the blast. So now you are very right to be upset about that and what it did to your city. But the knock on the unintended consequence was that you also couldn't receive oil. They kept your city going. And not just city, but whole of the country. So it just sounds to me like a round of bureaucratic red tape that needs to be post-war stamped and gone, okay, that was that story, we're done with it. Peace in the Middle East. There you go. Please deliver our humanitarian oil to Lebanon so I can stop going, what the fuck's going on in Lebanon? Now I do. And now maybe the people of Lebanon will look to the new leadership that's just taken control, from another tweet that I just saw, and see that whoever's just taken charge is already in charge, because here, solution incoming. That's a sign of true leadership. And they've already started doing the job before the final vote was counted. The job that needs doing. And no, they weren't going to ask anybody's permission to save their country and their people. They're going to do what needs doing, which is phone a friend or to make a plan, set the route, communal effort incoming for Lebanon. All right. Well, from my perspective, it looks like Lebanon's going to get some relief, which is good news.